Hi, my name is Scott Emecho, and I'm an Edufun staff. I started as a corper at Edufun Technik back then 2022. My love affair with the company started back then in 2022, and I must say it was one of the greatest decisions of my life to choose Edufun Technik. As a regular core member, a national or Nigerian core member, one of the aim of most core members, especially those persons living in the university, coming from NYSC, is more about finding a PPA where they'll be able to get money. And that is the mindset of most core members. But for my case, I really wanted somewhere where I could develop myself, improve myself, and learn some new skills. Because I know that right now, the world is a digital village, and your school certificate only will not just give you a job, because everybody, thousands of applicants are coming with the same certificate, even more than you, having a better result. So you need something that will kind of keep you ahead of your peers. And I chose Edufun Technik. In fact, Edufun Technik came to camp, Batch B, Anambra Orientation Camp 2022, and they did a competition, Anambra State Tech Hunt. And of course, 10 persons were selected. I don't know how they did the selection, but I was among the 10 persons, and they gave us a certificate and a check, back then a check of 10,000. I never even really knew that Edufun Technik would be my PPA. I just saw it. I thought maybe it was just something from maybe a government initiative. It was until the day I saw my PPA later and I discovered that that same company that gave me that check was my PPA. So that made me fall in love with the organization in the first place, because it's not really easy. You hardly see an organization that will do that. But kudos to Edufun Technik, they did that. And immediately I started my work at Edufun Technik. My first 1 month, the company, they took me to an exhibition in Lagos called the STEM Fun Fest, all expense paid trip. I was really excited. In fact, my fellow core members back then, when they saw my upload, you travel to Lagos, they were all jealous of me. So I was really happy, and that exhibition was worth the stress. We really learned a lot, and we were really exposed to so many things. Then after I came back, immediately they enrolled us in some courses. We started learning graphics design, CorelDRAW, video editing, content creation, and so many things. So at first I was skeptical, because learning all these things at the same time would not be easy. But our CEO, Madam Uchenna, she's this kind of person that no matter how hard something is, she must tell you that it is possible. You must find a way to do it. So after some time, she inculcated that belief in me, and I was really happy. I was able to come across all these courses simultaneously. And today, I'm very good with all of them. And she also gave me the opportunity to join a team at Inewi, where we teach coding and robotics to secondary schools. And after just one term, she even went as far as making me the team leader at Inewi. And prior to that, I don't have any leadership skill. So I was thinking to even manage myself as an individual, it's not really easy. Now, talk more of managing yourself and managing other team members to achieve a common goal. I was also skeptical about the idea. She also encouraged me that leadership skill is something that you must learn, and it is something that, in fact, must be one of the criteria in your CV for you to get a better opportunity. So from there, I started learning. I worked closely with her. I really learned from her, and I was able to lead in a team for 2 years. 2 years. So that was my first opportunity to be a team leader. And I must say I'm really grateful to her for giving me that opportunity. So as we all know, change is constant in life, and everybody has his or her own focus and desire. So me leaving Edufun Technik today is not because I finished learning everything in Edufun Technik, or no. It's because in life there are some things you plan, and you must execute it the way you plan it. It's just my personal decision to move on and try some other places. I must say I'm really grateful to Edufun Technik for giving me this wonderful opportunity. In fact, when I even went for interview with my new place of work, they saw my credentials, and I told them that yes, I'm one of the team leader of a particular team, courtesy of Edufun Technik, and they were really pleased that at least you have a management skill, and this is what we require. So it's a big plus to me. And the most funny aspect is that I'm this kind of shy person. Before, I don't even like standing. In fact, if it were to be Scott of, say, 2020 or 2021, it would be very difficult for me to even do this interview, but that stage fright will be there. But going to schools like this, addressing good number of audience, sometimes some of our class, we teach up to 400 students at a go. So that I was able to build my stage confidence, and I can successfully say that it's a good thing. It's a good thing because as human beings, you need to learn how to talk to people, no matter how far the circumstances. So right now, even if I'm to face an audience of up to 1,000 people, I'm not shy. I'll just go there, deliver my thing, and I'll leave. So my advice to anybody coming to Edufun Technik, or even those persons that have had contact with Edufun Technik in the past, is that Edufun Technik will find a way of giving you something. Whether you discover it now or later, you will surely know that yes, this thing, I learned it from here, and it will be of immense use to you in the future. Then for core members, new core members, if I'm to give advice, I will also say, now, going to a PPA that will equip you with 21st century skill is better than going to a PPA that will pay you at most, because of the inflation of the nation, at most 15,000-20,000 a month. And at the end of your service year, most of these people, they cannot even account for this money. They will still spend it throughout their service year. So at the end of the day, somebody now that has been paid, there's nothing to show for it. But somebody that was able to amass knowledge for the period of 1 year, we have something in store to go out with. Even if you are going to the field of tech, you'll be able to set up something for yourself, and you'll be able to make out something for yourself. Each of these skills that will be given to us free of charge, if you want to learn them outside, it will cost much. In fact, our CEO, she even went as far as buying a course for us online when we just came, a course about project management, and she paid for it, and it was really good. Each of these skills, if you have to learn graphic design outside, it will cost you no less than 80,000-90,000. But all these they give us here free of charge. And using these skills, you can make good money for yourself while you even wait for your dream job. That is if you don't want to even take tech as your professional career. So I want to say a big thank you to Edufun Technik, the CEO, Madam Uchenna, all the core members, the staff I've come in contact with during my stay here. You guys have really contributed and made my stay at Edufun Technik a good one. And I wish everybody good luck in their future endeavors. And I'm still part of Edufun Technik, and that is just the truth. Me leaving Edufun Technik, it's not that I'm leaving finally, no. I will still be joining Edufun Technik seminar or whatever online as much as I can. If there's any event happening, I will make sure I will be there also to contribute my quota to the growth of the organization. So once again, I say a big thank you. Okay, so Edufun Technik STEM Hub, I must say it's one of the biggest STEM hub in Onitsha, Anambra State, as far as Onitsha is concerned. I only know of STEM hubs, other STEM hubs in Oka, but as far as Onitsha is concerned, I don't think there's any STEM hub that will match Edufun Technik in terms of work ethics, work environments, equipment, materials, you can name them. So most students coming to Edufun Technik, they are really happy because they see value for their money. When we came to Edufun Technik, we met professionals in different fields, and that was why we were able to learn fast. They have systems, laptops, free Wi-Fi, solar. In fact, learning will be fun. Unlike the traditional way when you plan to, even if you're at home, you plan to take a course, you start having issues because of power outage or because of internet problem. You know, data right now is very expensive. For a company, for a hub like this to provide data free of charge, it's not something that we will take lightly, because for those persons purchasing data, you know how expensive it is. But the CEO, Madam Uchenna, is somebody that she really values learning. And she took out time, even though she's not around, she's paying for free Wi-Fi monthly so that core members can have access to internet and learn. So it's something I must commend. It's very weird for you to hear somebody doing that for persons that you know that after 1 year, most likely their chances of staying back will be very slim. Most of them will just go. So it's a big plus to her. So at a point, after leaving the NYSC orientation camp, Anambra State, my original PPA was Edufun Technik, but I had other options. So I was within the crossroad of choosing a place where I would do my 1 year NYSC, and then I will be paid. Then, or choosing a place where I will be able to do my 1 year NYSC, and I will learn so many things that will help me later. So I was contemplating. I said, no, let me choose a place where I'll be able to learn. Because what I did then, I had to visit Edufun Technik. I saw the facility, I saw the environment, I saw everything about the organization. In fact, I was really happy. So I decided to take Edufun Technik because I knew that I have so many things to learn here. But to my greatest surprise, I achieved the two. I learned a lot here, and I was also paid. Even the amount they even paid me during my NYSC for my madam was even more than the other PPA I wanted to go. So it's just like a footballer that you play football and you are still you enjoy what you are doing and you are being paid. And that was the short form of my 1 year NYSC service here. I learned so many things which I've listed before, and at the end of the month, my madam would still appreciate me, take this, take that, and I was really happy. I was surprised that I never knew such persons still exist, where they will train you free of charge and they will still pay you. So, and the most interesting part about the whole thing is that when it was getting closer and closer to my passing out target, POP, I had about 1 month left to go. I was thinking, the big question that was popping up in my mind is that after NYSC, what next? Because even before I even entered university or even came for NYSC, I have seen so many persons, Corp members that finished after serving, they will come back home. They'll be at home 1 year, 2 years, 3, some even 5 years, searching for jobs. I know it's kind of shameful. After 1 year of NYSC, you come back home, you still be asking your parents for 100 naira to buy a recharge card. So that was my biggest fear. I was thinking, what next? Where will I go from here? But to my greatest surprise, 1 month to my POP, our CEO, Madam Uchenna, she called me again, and she offered me employment in Edufun Technik. I was really amazed. So we discussed terms of employment, and when she gave me the package, I was really happy because the salary was mouth-watering, coupled with the fact that I would not have to pay house rent, free water, free electricity, free data, everything. I was so happy. When I even told my parents at home, they were really happy, and they told me that this is my madam, she's God sent. So after NYSC, I stayed here for 1 year. So I've stayed with Edufun Technik for 2 years. I did my 1 year NYSC here, and I've also stayed here 1 year post NYSC. And I must say that these 2 years has been one of the most fulfilling moments of my entire life.